Now I'm swimming in the ocean.
Hello everyone, my name is Little Frost, and today we are watching Random Acts of Kindness, Faith in Humanity Restored by Interesting Facts. And I am I am here with Avalon.
Hi.
And yeah, let's get started, shall we?
Yes.
What are you doing? Nothing? Nothing? You innocent?
Yeah, I'm innocent. I just changed my wallpaper.
Ah, okay. Alright. Let me know when you're finished and then we will start the recording. The video. Yeah? You already done?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, let's continue.
Yep.
Firemen spotted an unconscious kitten laying lifeless on the floor of a burning house. A few moments later, the fireman puts an oxygen mask around its face while using cold water to bring the unconscious patient back to life.
Yay! It's back to life.
A Russian policeman used his patrol car to stop a speeding car, saving the lives of the pedestrians crossing the road. It is a good thing that it only took him just seconds to act. Even though some people were a little banged up, no one was injured. This woman notices an old man shuffling across the busy street when it begins to rain. She rushes towards him to give him an umbrella. What a great act of kindness. An old man is seen crossing a road with cars and becomes frightened and freezes. Another man jumps out of his car and gives the old guy a piggyback ride to safety. And here's a father returning from the military as a huge surprise gift for his family.
And I love how the dog's like, oh,
An
butt
off-duty
cheeks.
policeman is walking by a river with his family and notices a woman screaming for help. Without thinking twice, he leaps into the river towards the struggling child. Watch as the crowd helps them get back on dry land. These people formed a human chain to save their dog trapped in undercurrents of a spillway drain. Watch what happens. Watch as this guy removes chunks of grass and dirt covering a drain on a highway.
Look at that, he cleared that and look at that go. Amazing.
Oh, look at the plug in your bathtub.
Oh, wow.
That guy's
Yes. Started circling.
And here's the same road a few minutes later.
Oh, good.
Here's a 6-year-old boy who gave his allowance to a homeless man. This Kenyan runner, Kenneth Kipkemoy, has some difficulties finishing a 10-kilometer race. He tries his best to cross his line, but fails every time. A few moments later, another runner, Simon Chapro, picks him up and helps him cross the finish line and holds him up until medics can arrive. Simon's win was forfeited to help his friend, but he was later awarded $15,000 for his sportsmanlike deed. This is the tear-jerking moment when the boyfriend of a girl helps her shave her head because she suffers from alopecia, which makes your hair fall out. You can see it's tough on her. But then her boyfriend shaves his head in support of her and she bursts into
Yay.
tears.
Aw.
Truly heartwarming.
He looks like an old man.
Some fishermen in Russia caught something other than fish. A swan trapped and tangled up in a mess of fishing line. It looked like the swan had all but given up and was resting upside down, its head lying on its stomach. Fishing line had tangled the big swan to some tree branches and the line was wrapped around its neck several times. It takes some time to finally get the line off the bird, but the bird is so tangled up the fisherman brings it to the shore and uses scissors to finish the job. The swan is now free and looks like it will recover, and another swan, possibly its mate, was watching the whole rescue. It sure was nice of these guys to take the time from fishing to save an animal.
Yeah.
This child was walking along in the rain when he noticed a brick over a drain and picked it up. Underneath is a bunch of garbage. He starts to remove the junk and the water starts to drain. Just doing a friendly deed. In Amsterdam, a dog playing fell into a canal and wasn't able to climb out. A woman passing by jumped into the water to save the animal. She looks to be having a rough time when another man jumps in to help. After a little bit of a struggle, the dog is finally brought back to the bank. These office workers could have just drank their hot coffee in front of the cold window washers outside on a scaffold, but that would be rude. Instead, the guys outside get a nice surprise when the office buys them a coffee. What you're witnessing is a daring attempt to rescue a 9-year-old black Labrador named Hardy that was out on a walk and found himself trapped in the partially frozen river. Fire and rescue services were called, who crawled across the thin ice.
Good boy!
The dog is back on shore where he's dried off and happily wagging his tail, thanking his rescuers.
Yay!
Had these kind people not been there, the worst could have happened.
What happened?
Here you see a guy successfully rescuing foxes that fell in a concrete storage drain.
Foxes are like
How the heck did he even get in there? It was probably mice. Oh.
Sometimes there's truly positive acts of kindness like these window cleaners disguised as superheroes. And here you see the emotions of a little girl named Fidel from Nigeria after receiving a doll. Some guys notice a couple of seal pups need help and capture them. Fishing line is wrapped around the neck of the first animal. They cut it off and the baby seal runs back to the ocean. The second seal has plastic wrapped around its neck. When they cut it off and open the net, the seal is calm, relaxed, and not trying to bite anyone. It likes to be pet and wants to hang around with its new friends. Asrar Khan Usmani has saved so many animals, the people have nicknamed him the Spiderman of Bangalore, because he climbs tall buildings and trees to help the animals. He's rescued cats, dogs, monkeys, and birds that have been trapped in difficult places. He also works with veterinarians and firefighters anytime an animal needs help. Asrar is a random act of kindness just waiting to happen.
A superhero, but for animals. Wonderful.
A woman uses a pair of kitchen tongs to snatch 4 baby ducks out of a sewer drain they had fallen into.
Aww.
Aww.
Oh, look, she hears him! She hears him! Go back! Oh, that's like the sweetest reunion ever.
A man from San Diego took part in a random act of kindness project and came up with the idea to take some homeless people out to breakfast. Being homeless once himself, he rounded up some hungry-looking people from the street and gathered them together at a restaurant for breakfast. No, he's not rich, and he didn't win the lottery, and is still trying to survive himself. A man in Perth, Australia stepped into a gap between the train wagon and the platform, and his leg was stuck. Authorities tried to free him.
Oh my God.
When this didn't work, they asked everyone inside the cars to go outside and help push the train enough so the man could get his leg out. On the second try, he was free. A traffic cop runs over to help an old lady get across the road safely. A man with special adult needs found himself behind on his home taxes, and he had lost all the people that had helped care for him: his mother, grandmother, his father, and his brother. Neighbors learned that he had a $50,000 tax lien placed on his house, and he might end up losing his home. They started a GoFundMe page and was able to raise enough money to save his home, and at the last moment, a neighbor donated $3,000 for additional taxes. That's a lot of kindness.
Aw.
Eugene Yoon wanted to do a life-altering act of kindness. He saw a video on his Facebook page about a man named Arthur who was unable to walk. Eugene knew he had to help him, but it would cost $80,000. Eugene quit his job and hiked from the California-Mexico border to Canada. People donated to his cause, and he was able to buy the robotic exoskeleton so Arthur could walk again. He then went searching for another random act of kindness project and met Alberto Velasquez, a seamster that lives with 24 family members under a single roof. Eugene said that for years he wanted to start a clothing line, and Alberto had inspired him to finally do it. Now Alberto gets paid making shirts that Eugene sells on kinlovgra.com, a win-win act of kindness. In China 2017, 2 cars collided at an intersection. The car overturns, leaving the driver trapped inside as a man tries to pull him out. But it's not going to happen. But within 20 minutes, more than 20 people rushed to help push the small SUV back to the upright position. Believe it or not, no one was injured in the accident. Traffic can be scary. A small dog was hit by a car that didn't stop. That's when an
Oh, what a
11-year-old boy
dick.
raced out into the street facing oncoming traffic and picked up the injured dog and brought him to safety. That's a super
Good.
dangerous thing for a small, young child to do. The boy was praised for his heroic actions. A man who looks inebriated was crossing a railway with his bike when he tripped and fell down with the bike. The man then starts to pick up the items on the ground. Unaware there's a train he can't see behind him headed towards his way at full speed. Railway workers start running towards the man, and one just barely tackles and pushes the man off the tracks as the train speeds by. In Bangladesh, a flooded river separated a baby deer from its family. But a local teenage boy took the tiny deer in his hands, raised his arms, and crossed the river. Sometimes the water was even above this brave kid's head while he skillfully crossed the river, bringing the animal to the shore. That's all we got for now, folks.
What?
If you liked the video, subscribe and turn on notifications to see more. Thanks for watching.
Well then.
Holy shit. That was random acts of kindness for sure.
Yep.
Oh my god. Good people really do exist out in the world. Sometimes it's just hard to believe it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. We didn't talk much throughout that time, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. That was... Sometimes you just can't help but just watch and just be amazed.
Yep. Oh, God, train.
Oh my god. Exactly. Which one? There's like 2 train videos in there. The one with the guy with his leg stuck, and then the one with the
The one is a train coming behind him.
Oh jeez, yeah. That one.
And that person saved him.
Oh yeah. It like literally if the guy just was not even paying attention or didn't even see the guy, look, we all know he would not have make it.
Yep. He'd be...
Oh my god. Jeez. And oh I know I keep saying oh my god, but it's like it's just you can't help it. It's like oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Please leave a comment. Subscribe, leave a like if you like. And yeah.
Yep.
Stay frosty, my
Bye.
friends. Bye. See you later.
Bye.